Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe where we help and heal one day at a time. I'm going to do this video again because I just did it on mute. So anyways, we're going to talk about the demons inside our narcissist. Are they truly demonic? What's really going on in that mind of theirs? So as far as a narcissist being an actual demon, we're going to talk about that a little bit because they are human beings. They do have feelings. A lot of times the feelings that they have are um, like in reaction to the pain that they feel. Sometimes it's hard to understand how somebody can constantly be in this state of unrest, the pain that they feel. It's really hard to relate to. So the best way to relate it is just how we're going through pain. It's almost nonstop. We do our activities. Sometimes we can get lost in that moment where we are enjoying life, thinking about other things, but almost like snaps back just out of nowhere. It's really hard to control what we feel. Just like them, they're having a hard time controlling what they feel, and their pain overtakes their life. So they need to suppress that pain, and that's where these demons come in. It overtakes their soul. Just like they're trying to steal from our soul. They take a lot because they just need to squelch that pain. So they've developed coping mechanisms, because looking at a child, and that's where their emotional state is at. It's like they're a child. So if you look at all the children that are, I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 5 years old, 6, 7, some have uh, really good, kind hearts. Others are a little bit more selfish. Everybody's different. We all have different personalities, but those children aren't really demons. They're just acting in a selfish way. They haven't learned how to interact with people. They're just a lot's going on with their body. They're growing. They have needs that they don't always know how to convey that. So they throw temper tantrums. They just are like, how they're always like, can I have this now? Can I have it now? Can I have it now? I want it. I want it. I want it. And they don't know how to cope with their needs. It's more wants. They don't know how to cope with their wants. Their needs are being met. So the narcissist wants, just wants. Their needs are being taken care of, but it's their wants that they're stuck in, just like a kid at a toy store. Try telling them no. They'll throw fits, they'll get angry, they'll pout, they'll not talk to you, or they might hit you. And that's the emotional state that the narcissist is in. So the demons, I don't know if I would necessarily say it's a fallen angel, uh, ungodly demon. It's more of a term like the demons inside them. Some of them do have evil intent. That might be a fallen angel. Where does that kind of evil, to where they purposely will try to destroy you, take as much as they can. Um, but as far as how their life goes, is they set themselves up as their own God, to where everything revolves around them. That's basically what a God is. Everything is to be served, to follow the rules, and they set those rules. So that's kind of godly. God set our rules, whatever God you believe in. We didn't sit there and say, yeah, this is, you know, but their rules can often change as well too. It's just like they're constantly adding or revising to this book we've never seen. We don't know what our expectations are, as far as fully understand them, because they change the rules on us. And the lying that they do is kind of ungodly. The techniques that they use are self-serving. They are unable to relate because of the mental state that they're in. So when we're dealing with them, we don't see these demons in front of our face often, unless you've seen the narcissistic rage. A lot of times people think it looks demonic because of how wide their pupils get, to where it can be scary. It's almost like a transformation. So comment below if you've ever seen that, because it can be quite frightening. But inside them is so much pain that calling them a demon, that's one thing that hurts me, because they are human beings. There's evil out there, and evil can seep into anybody. Once you get the ball rolling on being selfish and the payoffs, a lot of times people get addicted to that, and they're kind of in that addiction stage where they just need that payoff to be consistent. And once things for a narcissist are consistent, it gets boring. So they up the ante a little bit. So we're exhausted trying to know what level we're supposed to be at, that we can't just settle into a nice, calm life, because they start to resent that. And they see it, they see them, they start to mirror or see their reflection in us. They resent us for loving them because they don't feel that they're lovable. They resent us for just being normal. We're not giving them the adrenaline rush all the time, because we're trying to give them love, and love should be exciting and the little things that we do. But they'll start to pick it apart because they've learned over time that the adrenaline rush they get from causing chaos has a higher payoff for them than the adrenaline rush they get from love. So in the beginning with the love bombing, there was no baggage. Everything was great. We were excited to see them. So in a sense, we kind of put them on a pedestal because they were amazing. But once any little thing happens, they get like they start throwing their little 2-year-old temper tantrums. They start expecting things that they shouldn't. A child shouldn't expect us to buy a $200 toy every time we go into the store. But if you give it to that child every time, they're going to start getting used to it. And they just turn into spoiled little brats. That's kind of where the narcissist is. They are self-absorbed. They don't look outside the box to see how their actions are affecting other people. Just like a 2-year-old, they're not looking around like, am I disturbing anybody while I throw this temper tantrum? They kind of like black everything else out, because that's their little world. That's their bubble. That's their coping skills. And the narcissist struggles daily with this pain that is so extreme to them, just like we struggle with our pain. Their pain is just caused from something different. I can't tell you right now not to hurt, because you're still going to hurt. I can try to help you heal, but it takes time. And, out of the blue, you're going to start having these feelings, these emotions, these breakdowns or anxiety attacks. And it's almost like, where did that come from? I thought I was having a good day, and all of a sudden I'm crying. But that's how deep our pain got from that trauma bond, that devaluation stage, our confusion. And that's what it is with the narcissist. This pain just comes out of the blue. They deal with it daily, all the time. And they're living in this foreign world, just like a 2-year-old. If we gave a 2-year-old a job, they're not going to know, to keep the office clean. They're not going to know that when we say 2 o'clock, it's due at 2 o'clock. It's going to be overwhelming. They're like, whoa, I was trying, and, nobody likes me. I can't do this. So the narcissist kind of feels that like nobody's going to like me. Like I'm in an adult world, and I have to pretend I'm an adult. Um, but I don't want to just blend in with the crowd because I need to make sure they like me. Because if that mask slips, they're going to see the real me, and then nobody's going to want me. So they kind of compile all these people in their lives. They trick them into thinking how wonderful they are so they won't leave them. It's odd how they will leave, how they will push people away. When they push people away and act like jerks, a lot of times it's they want us to reassure them that we're not going to leave. They also feel uh, entitled to us. They start feeling no matter what I do, you're not going to leave. So it's kind of a mix where they feel no matter what, we're not going to leave. And then on the other side is they'll push their limits because they need that reassurance that we won't leave. So it's kind of weird. And then after they devalue us, because there is a narcissistic cycle that they really can't break. They try. They might delay the end outcome, but they will always devalue the people that they're with, no matter who you are. As long as you're not keeping 100% the facade up where you can't question them, even to say, oh, why'd you do it that way? And they'll get angry. They'll see you saying that as there's something wrong with them, that they did something wrong. So anytime we try to talk to them, they take it as personal, that we're starting to see who they really are. And then they get mad at us inside. And that's when they start to resent us. And that's how things start to fall apart. They're miserable inside. And they create the chaos because they're always miserable inside. Just like if you go to a funeral, people sometimes are like, why are they laughing? Why are they telling jokes? Why aren't they crying? There are celebrations of life where people handle it differently, but I'm talking about like the standard regular funeral. You laugh at a funeral, people will look at you like, what is like, there's a dead person here. What are you doing? And that's the same with the narcissist. It's like, I'm so sad inside. Just like I'm a dead person inside. Why are you guys not on my level? Why are you not mourning the loss of my soul? Why can't you relate to me? I need you in my comfort zone. Just like if your comfort zone going to a family member's funeral, your comfort zone is it's time to mourn. So everything is somber. And then you don't feel it's right for your needs if somebody's out there laughing, because it disturbs your thought processes, your coping skills. So that's why the narcissist wants to bring us down, so we can be in their misery, because they're kind of mourning themselves. They're longing for this creation, this image that they've created for themselves, but they know that they're dead inside, and they can't be in between. They either have to be in their misery or they have to step outside reality and get into this worshipped type facade, to where they put so much expectation on us, but they don't tell us what that expectation is. They're constantly rewriting the rules without telling us that they changed the rules, or even let us know that some of those rules exist. And inside their head, there are demons inside them, but they're personal demons. They have an ungodly way of interacting with people. You shouldn't lie. You know, their self-preservation, everything revolves around them. Um, they create themselves as their own God. Um, the demons that they have are the struggles that they have on a daily basis. And they're just struggling to get rid of the pain, just like we're struggling to get rid of the pain. And unfortunately, they do it in an unhealthy way, and they've caused us to have unhealthy ways. They don't give us closure. They ghost us, the silent treatment. It's just like that kid at the toy store. They didn't get their way, so they're going to not talk to mom or dad now. They're going to hit or throw a fit because they just are stuck in that state. And as we get older, our brains grow mentally. Just think of all the things that you learned through school, the education, the talents that we've had, abilities to use deductive reasoning, critical thinking, but they're stuck in an emotional state. Like they've gone through growing through education, deductive reasoning, they coping, like they're able to do things, but they don't have the coping skills. So emotionally, they're stuck. Mentally, they've grown. And we see this person who's so intelligent, but we expect them to be emotionally at the same level that they are mentally. Just like a handicapped person. Sometimes, you know, there's certain limitations, and sometimes it's outside their realm. We can encourage them, we can help them grow, but some things will be outside their realm. And emotionally, you know, it's kind of like an emotional disability, you know, that they can't see what they're doing, the destruction that they're causing, the hurt that they're causing. And even when they do see it, sometimes they get a high off of it. So they keep doing it more. And that's where the lack of empathy comes in, because even though it's an adrenaline rush to them, they should see that, you know, to do that to somebody is so wrong, that there's other ways, but they haven't found what the other ways are. And it's really hard, grasping that somebody doesn't have empathy, that they haven't developed that. You know, just like a 2-year-old, they want what they want. They haven't learned that, oh, we need to share, or we need to think about others. So throughout the narcissist's life, they've been told all those things, and they just shoved them aside. They didn't learn them. They didn't see that it made sense. They didn't internalize it. They threw it away. So inside their bodies, there's their own personal demons that they're going through. Are they demonic? Is it like a fallen angel demon? You know, a lot of it depends on what your definition of God, fallen angels, heaven, hell, what you truly believe. Their actions are ungodly. They're selfish. And they're stuck in such a young emotional state that I have a hard time calling them actual fallen angel demons. I just think that, you know, it's their own personal demons inside them, because they are humans. They do feel. They just feel at a young state. So please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.